Hi, how's it going? Hope all of you are having a really good and fun time. Let me tell you what is going on here. If you like to listen to fascinating true stories and learn English at the same time, tap on the subscribe button. I will tell you a story and there will be subtitles down below, meanings up there, and it will help you to understand the story. And this method will help you to get comfortable with the flow of the language, and it will help you with vocabulary and sentence patterns. Now that's about this video. Now let's get into the story. Lizzie Velasquez is an American motivational speaker and an author. She was born with a disease, a very rare disease I may add, where she cannot gain any weight at all. It also has some other symptoms like she can only see in one eye. She's 32 years old now, but she has never gained weight over 29 kilos. She was born 4 weeks premature, and the doctor informed her parents that your daughter doesn't have any amniotic fluid at all, and it's a miracle that she came out well. And he also warned them that expect your daughter to never walk, talk, crawl, or do anything by herself at all. But her parents, they didn't question why. Like, why are we getting our first child with all these problems? No. They told the doctor that let us see her. They were like, let us see her. We will take her home. We will love her. And we will raise her to the best of our abilities. And they did just that. And look at her now. Wow. She had a very normal upbringing with her parents, so Lizzie said when she first went to kindergarten, she had no idea that she looked different. On her first day to school, Lizzie goes to school all excited about it with a big backpack, had a little kid, and she sees that girl over there, and she walks up to her and she smiles. And this girl looks at her like scared. Lizzie explained it like that girl looked at Lizzie like she was looking at a monster. So Lizzie was like, okay, that's rude. I'm a fun kid. She's the one who's missing out, so whatever. So she started to play with other things. But her day got worse and worse. A lot of people didn't want to do anything with her, and she couldn't understand why. She was like, what did I even do wrong to them? So she goes home and asks her parents, what is wrong with me? Why don't people like me? And they sat her down and they tell her, Lizzie, the only thing that is different about you is that you're smaller than other kids. You have this syndrome, but it is not going to define who you are. Go to school, pick your head up, smile, and be you. And they will notice that you are just like them. Lizzie had to go through bullying when she was growing up. She said when she was in the middle school, she thought she was ugly, and she remembered she was looking at the mirror and she thought, can I just rub this syndrome off? It'll be so easy for me. And when she was in the high school, she was scrolling through the internet and she finds a video that says the world's ugliest woman. And when she watched it, that was her. And it had over 4 million views and a lot of comments. And the comments, they were the worst, let me tell you. There was one comment that said, Lizzie, please do a world a favor, put a gun on your head and kill yourself. Oh, these people, can you believe someone can... She said she was desperate to find one comment, one good comment that says, you don't know her story, but she found nothing. Nothing. But she said at one point she started to realize that, am I going to let these people define who I am? My life is on my hand. I can either choose to make this really good or choose to make this really bad. She said she realized that she had to open her eyes and be grateful for the things she had. I can't see at one eye, but I can see in the other eye. I might be really skinny, but I have a really good hair. These were her words, and these were the words. Here's the thing, I feel like we all have these kind of insecurities where we think our face shape is not good enough, our body shape is not good enough, our hair is not long enough, our skin and all sort of things. But I feel like it is not about changing them, because even if we change them, it is never enough. But it is about try to accept them and try to be okay for however it is. And it is really hard to do, but once you do, it has great benefits to it. It feels amazing and it's just great. And she's the example and proof for that. And when you're in a situation or a conversation that pops out our insecurities. I feel like we always get the wrong thing out of this conversation. I mean, like when somebody points out at you and says like, "Oh, you have a really big face," then if you already had that insecurity, then you feel even more insecure about it. And sometimes the things that we even never thought about, and when that person points out, now we start feeling insecure about it, and we feel the necessary to change it. But as I said earlier, when we realize that these things are okay to be that way, and when we looked at that person for a minute, that person who pointed out your insecurity, look at that person for a while and just look how he seems like to you. Doesn't he look a bit weak-minded because he's having a hard time accepting things for what they are? He's trying to measure and calculate things in a scale or a standard that he himself made, and where he decides this is how a feature should be and this is how a feature shouldn't be, and he's judging you for not being in that scale or not being according to his scale. And maybe it sounds a little bit naive or ignorant. Not that it matters, like it's not about him, it's about me. And if I look at that person and when I see that, do I want to be like that? Do I want to look that weak-minded, naive, materialistic, all that stuff? If I don't, I shouldn't judge people like that. I shouldn't say these kind of things to other people. I shouldn't even think like that. I should be more accepting and more understanding. And I think that's what we should get out of those conversations, not the fact that I should change myself for that person. Sometimes it's better to focus on what is from me to others than from others to me, if that makes sense. However, Lizzie got this attack as a strength to herself, and she told herself that she wants to be a motivational speaker and she wants to write a book and she wants to have her own career, and she accomplished them all. After about an year of that video incident, she was asked to do her first speech by her assistant principal. She found her courage and she gave her first speech to the students. Starting from there, she has came a long journey, and now she's out there spreading messages about accepting ourselves, loving ourselves. You can look her up. There's also a movie, A Brave Heart, about her, and if you look her up, you can never pity her. There ain't no place to pity her, so she is way cooler for that. Thank you all for watching the video, and hope you guys really enjoyed the story and learned something from that. By next day, I'll come here with another story just like this, and until then, I hope you get the best out of everything you do. So, till the next time.
Like and share our videos. Don't forget to subscribe our channel.